I've really struggled with how to describe WIPCON because it doesn't fall in the normal containers of conferences for women in the publishing industry. It's not a publishing conference. It's not a writing conference. It's not even really a business conference, but it's definitely not just a book marketing conference, but it's kind of all of those things just smashed together in a way that we can come together and learn real strategies for visibility and growth and learning how not only to share our story as part of our marketing for not just our book sales and launches, but for our business growth all together and helping each other and learning how to do this collaboratively and putting everybody in the same room and at the same tables with experts and people who can work alongside with them or really partner with them. So there is no word to describe what kind of a conference this is. And I've changed the name a couple of times, and I'm sure that's caused a lot of confusion. But at the end of the day, I finally landed on calling it a storytelling and visibility conference. Because the one thing that I have learned as an author, as a publisher, as a business owner, is that if you don't know how to create compelling stories around your marketing, whether it's your emails, blog posts, videos, anything that you're doing, it's really hard to find the right people that want and need your product, service, book, course, whatever it is that you're selling. So, is this just for nonfiction authors, coaches, and business builders? I think those folks are going to have the easiest time with this because you've got other things than just books to sell. You're selling programs and courses and all of that. But fiction authors and children's book authors, you also have assets and a story and other things that you need help making sure that you're visible in the right way to show up in front of the right audiences. For so many people, the writing of the book part is easy. The publishing, yeah, depending on, which route you go and the things that you go through can be more challenging than others. But when it comes to selling the book, that is where we see the struggle. And I'm talking about across the board from not just indie authors, but also all the way up to publishers. So is this for publishing professionals too? Yes. If you are growing a business around a book, you also need to know and understand great tactics for visibility and sales and growing your email list and growing your community. Because I'm here to tell you that once you have a community, selling becomes a lot easier. And selling is not a bad word. Selling is what we have to do to keep our businesses going. So if you've been looking at our page, if you've been looking at the content, if you've been seeing our ads and aren't quite sure what in the world we're doing, the secret is I wasn't either for a while, but now I'm really clear on it. And it just took a little bit of noodling around and changing some things up to pull together the things that I know I have needed in my growth as an author, a publisher, and a business builder. What I have needed to help me sell and do better. Those are the kinds of things that I want to bring in with a lot of experts who are going to spend a whole day sitting with you and helping you brainstorm and create and answer your questions and figure out the how, but also we're going to be doing things specifically to help you match up with others in our community that may be your perfect partners. Because the second piece of that is if you're trying to do this alone, it's going to be a lot harder and slower than if you are collaborating, partnering with, just even getting together and encouraging each other is better than trying to do this all on your own. So that's what we're trying to do. We're going to have a day of learning and a day of implementing, which will also be a lot of learning. But by the time you leave, you're going to know This is how I create my social media plan. These are the reels and the picture shots and the topics that I need to have created and done. You'll have some of those created. You'll have email sequences created, lead magnets created, outlines for courses, maybe even the outline for another book. You'll have strategic partners. You'll have people, other authors that are just the types of people that you need to coordinate with because you all amplify each other and help each other do better based on our results in the Genius Games, looking at our strengths and weaknesses and the type of people we need to be around. So I know this has been kind of a long video, but if you're going to invest the time and the money and the energy to come to a conference and give up 2.5 days of your busy life, I wanted to make sure that you really knew what you were in for. I think it's going to be incredible. I know it's going to be incredible. There's no thought in my mind that everyone is not going to leave this changed for the better with new ideas, new content, and new excitement over how you're marketing your books, programs, courses, services, or all of those things. So we hope you'll join us. And all the information you need is below. Thank you. Also, anybody else know I just happened to do the 6-7? My niece would be proud of me. We hope to see you in Columbia.